Hello, how's everybody doing? And welcome back for another episode of Randall's Comics. And my name is Rodney Randall, and I'll be your host for today. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and a good week ahead. Uh, Today is the day. Today is actually the day that we're getting into the meat of the books. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the pretty much the rock and roll series of the 1990s. That's Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. As we know, Todd McFarlane was really he still continues to be a very popular artist. And at the time, he pretty much used his fame to cachet that into writing and starting his own serial to write Spider-Man. Marvel didn't want to. They say, hey, this guy, he's been writing on Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, and he's doing not writing, but doing the artwork. He's doing a really good job. And so he pretty much parlayed that into starting his own series. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the first issue. There's going to be multiple issues of Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and get to the first one. This is just the regular newsstand version of the Spider-Man. And that I think has since become like a classic cover. So this is the series of Torment, and I think Spider-Man McFarlane was going for a darker storytelling with this series because, like I say, Frank Miller had pretty much did Batman, where he was an older Batman, and I think McFarlane wanted to present a more an adult version of Spider-Man. So I guess he was trying to do that with this series right here. Moving right along to the next issue. This is a gold-covered issue. The gold-covered issue, second print, I believe. Okay. There's a silver. Very nice. And like I said, in this first series, Torment, so this is the first story arc as far as the villain appeared to be of the lizard. But like I said, going to see that in the next book. Let's see here. There's the lizard. And I think in this book, Spider-Man was investigating and found that a woman named Callisto was actually behind the situation, what was going on. And of course, he found himself being poisoned, and he fought his way through it. So that was a story arc as far as his first 5 issues. Moving right along to issue 3. And like you said, these books, it was Todd McFarlane, so the artwork really sold these books, as far as, and that was a thing during the 90s. You had us like McFarlane, Jim Lee, um, Portacio. You had a guy that wrote, of course, for New Mutants. I keep forgetting his name, but it was Rob Liefeld, yes. But this is issue 3. But yeah, it was pretty much artists taking control and pretty much saying, I actually have 2 copies of issue number 4. You're not seeing double. It's 2 copies. And issue 5. And this pretty much ended that story arc. Then we have issue 6. I'm missing an issue here. Oh. Issue 6, yes. Featuring the Hobgoblin. And I think it says, I don't understand anything. It actually says winners up here. It has winners of certain awards. Winner, favorite character, favorite penciler, cover artist, favorite letterer. But you're going to notice it's not going to say writing, because I think McFarlane really got criticized. Well, he was just starting out too, and he got criticized for the writing on or lack of there for the writing in the series. But he was new, and he really started that revolution as far as you know, artists taking control or want to take some control of their artists want to take control of their material. So and also possibly being like compensated. You know, I think we can get into that when we get ready to cover the as far as the image, when we get into image books, as far as when these artists, these famous artists, pretty much broke off from Marvel because they wanted control over their characters. Also, they wanted in the future, you know, you hear about it all the time. You know, these writers create these characters, and when movies or merchandise or things come out like that, you know, they're not entitled to any of that revenue as far as the Marvel or they're not sharing their revenue with the artists. That was a driving catalyst. You know, while a lot of the like McFarlane and a lot of the artists, they say, hey, you know, we create these characters. You know, when we want to have you know, some stake in as far as, you know, how they develop. It's also, you know, if there's like some revenue, you know, they want to take part of that as well. So this is Perception storyline. Let's see here. And I think with the Perceptions arc, it was clear that McFarlane was taking a very, you know, he wanted to really push the character of Spider-Man because, you know, it dealt with some pretty grim, you know, John Wayne Gacy and serial killer type, you know, stuff. So he was really pushing the character. So this one, like I said, Wolverine was in this issue as well. It was an issue. This is issue number 12, newsstand. Yeah, and I think I heard something about how, oh, we got three. We got three of these. No, don't get your eyes checked. Okay. And this is issue. Oh, this is out of order. I was looking for issue number 7. Here it is. It's with Ghost Rider. I said, what? I'm missing an issue? At least not the first. I want to say 25. I don't know. I want to say McFarlane stopped doing the art for the book maybe around issue number 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got 2 issues of 14. 15. Yeah, as you can tell, you know, McFarlane is no longer on the book. Maybe by this time he left or gone off to do Image, and like Eric Larson. Eric Larson was a very good artist. You know, I think Eric Larson actually put the long, slender tongue for Venom. And that was his trademark. Added to the character. Of course, you can't you can't see Venom without seeing that long, slender tongue coming out. And 18. And by this time, you know, I'd fallen off as far as my what I was interested in collecting, and yeah, 18. And we have 35. This is part of the Maximum Carnage. Probably why I started picking up this issue at continuous Maximum Carnage. And 36 is Venom with it's like a particle weapon. He's bringing some party favors, you know, to scatter that Eddie. Actually, the guy that, like I said, that wore the Carnage outfit, he was kind of a serial killer. So I think Brock was just more like a disgruntled individual, not quite serial killish. Maximum Carnage. Let's see, guest starring part 12 or 14. Okay. And let's go ahead and round it out. Okay, and then we have Spider-Man issue number 50. Okay, so that concludes our Todd McFarlane Spider-Man run. I hope you enjoyed my Spider-Man collection, a little bit of history on how the series got started with, McFarlane pretty much, using his fame to get his hands on the writing, as he wanted to be the writer of the book. And, that was, as far as, using his fame and to cachet that and like actually like being you know outspoken for the artists. A lot of the artists that create these characters. I just read something. So even Peter Davey. The man is pretty much almost destitute now. And the man, he wrote a lot of Star Trek novels, did a lot of comic book series, and like for him to be destitute. But I mean, but that's nothing new. I mean, look at the Spider-Man. I
I
think
meant
it's
to
Schuster
say
and Reed wrote it,
Superman's Jerry
and
Siegel and
I
Joe
think when the
Shuster,
movie
the
came out, the
creators of
Superman movie came out in
Superman.
'78. I mean, I think the studio. I don't know if they were pretty much shamed because a reporter went and found one of the creators, and then he was pretty much living in a rundown apartment in New York City, and his character had made millions, and probably go on to make even more millions of dollars. That these two, and they had no control over the character, and they had no, it was no revenue sharing. So now, speaking of that, um, let's move on to and why I don't think I'm going to quit my day job. So stick around for. And when I was going through these books, I was thinking, maybe I'll hit the jackpot. Maybe there'll be like one book that's the mother lode, and maybe but mm, no, I mean, I'm finding a few keys. I'm still not. I've got a lot of books to go through, but for the most part, you know, um, I'm not going to quit my day job, either with these comic books or my YouTube channel. I actually like my job. I like the folks I work with. I like the people that I help at my job. And plus, I get paid and I get like a nice retirement plan and health insurance. Those things are very important, especially the health insurance and retirement as you get older. So like I said, I'm not going to quit my day job. But yeah, I just going through these books. And I remember I was watching one YouTube. He's a comic collector, and he's pretty much saying when you take your comic books to a local comic store, you're not going to get the value of the book. Of course, you're not going to definitely. It's $3.95. That was back 20, 30 years ago, but you're not going to get the value of the book because the comic book place has to stay in business. So you're getting 10 cents on the book. That may not cover the bag and the board that you paid to put it in, but yeah. So like I said, don't quit your day job. I'm not quitting my day job. This is something I do for fun. As a hobby, just bringing out my collection and sharing it with you and those here on YouTube. And hopefully, like I said, y'all let y'all's friends know. Um, but yeah, don't quit your day job. Also, don't be taking all kinds of financial or life advice. It's good to listen to, but like I say, taking especially financial advice or stuff like that from somebody on YouTube. You know, anyway, that's another topic. So, if you like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell down below. Please leave any comments about the video. And like I said, you guys have a wonderful day. And like I said, don't quit your day job.